I am in a committed partnership with a wonderful individual. He's autistic, but he is very high functioning like me. Um, we live in our own apartment. We've been living together officially almost a year in August. We've been together almost 4 years, committed almost two. First one I got in was when I was about 17 years old. He was a super nice guy, very friendly, but he was he always wanted to call me all the time, and would call me when I would be doing things like homework. So it got really annoying. One I got in about when I was 18, and that lasted about 7 months. He was very, I would say he was nice, but he was very, he would flirt a lot. He would flirt with other girls while he was with me. And that really made me angry and annoyed and very sad, because I put my all into relationships.
And the next one?
I stood out from the age of 19 until the age of almost 26 years old. He was very abusive, mentally and emotionally. I want to just make clear, he was never physically. It was more a mental and emotional abusive relationship. So I was in denial a lot, thinking he would change. He had, he was in a wheelchair and had spina bifida, and he was very, but he was emotionally, he was very mature, but he didn't know how to handle me. So I thought he would change, and he did not. And so but I put my all for almost 6.5 years with him, and it just got really bad at the end. And so then my mom and my dad were just like, you need to get out of this. You're not happy. So I had some help, because I was in denial the whole time. So it was very difficult. That one was very hard to get out of, because I'd been with them for so long. So, but it was hard, but I managed to get out and find happiness again. At 19 years old, I went to the University of Iowa, and I had therapy done prior to being, because my mom wanted me to, know how it was going to feel, how that was going to feel. And so I did therapy, and it hurt, even though they were silicone. And it was, each would just get bigger, and it was painful. My boyfriend at the time did not, have any feelings, so he wasn't able to feel. But it was an experience that I'm glad I did, because now I know what it will feel like. After having a long discussion, at the time, mom was like, we need, I would like it if you were on birth control. I just want to clarify, in the beginning, birth control was more to control my menstrual cycles. I've been on an IUD birth control for almost 10 years now, and I still am on what I've been on now, and it's super helpful, but it's going to be more helpful in the long run. To begin with, it was more for my menstrual cycles. I wouldn't have to deal with them, and I don't like dealing with them. So that's partly why. That was in the beginning. That was why. A lot of my friends don't have a lot of experience. They don't know they wouldn't know how to act in that situation. And a lot of them get uncomfortable talking about sex and sexual relationships, whereas I'm very, shall I say, bold, and I take it in a mature manner, whereas my friends will laugh and think it's funny when it's supposed to be a mature manner. So I take it maturely. At 13 years old, mom had the sex talk with me, so I knew what it was beforehand. But I would say, even as an adult, have the have the sex talk with your adult. It's still important to have those words of communication. I do have a gynecologist that I see every few years. She is the one that helps me when I need my IUD changed. Her and I, she's talked to me, just, making sure things are good. But as far as to answer your question, if it was mainly family, yes, it was mainly a family thing. Mom would be the one I would go to if I had questions. I still, I'm 29. I still ask questions about things. I feel like sometimes in the past, I've had people like healthcare providers, question me sometimes, because I'm an adult that, I have an intellectual disability. I understand what sex is. But I feel like sometimes I in the past, not now, but in the past, I've gotten judged because they might think, oh, she doesn't understand, but I actually do. I know what sex is. I know what to expect, but it's just important for healthcare providers to know that you need that people with disabilities, that they can have sexual relationships, and not just friendly relationships, that they can be in a committed partnership like I am, and be able to have that if they choose to.